been feeling uneasy, unhappy, anxious, just overwhelmed lately? Have you been feeling that way and wondering why? I think I can come up with a pretty good guess of why it is that we are so unhappy and overwhelmed all the time. And I think it's because of our love of impermanence. Our love of impermanence. You know, those things that we think we just have to have and we have to hold on to because we just do, or so we think. Things like, dare I say it, love. And I'm not talking about trying to work on your relationships and have really good relationships. I'm talking about love, sadly, when a loved one passes. And yes, we should mourn and we must mourn. But sooner or later, we have to let that go because we have absolutely no control over the things I'm going to talk about, the impermanence that we hold on to. At the end of the day, we have no control over it. But love is one of them. You know, the toxic relationship that society says we must stay in because of all the wrong reasons that they articulate or they espouse are the right reasons. I'm here to tell you that all of those toxic relationships, we can walk away from them. Example man here, we can walk away from them. And by saying I'm an example, I want to emphasize that it doesn't just happen to females in terms of toxic relationships. The reverse is also true. But we can walk away from them. We can walk away from them. We do not, and I don't want to talk about all the reasons people say to stay in relationships, those that have children in them. You know, you've invested your time, your energy into this relationship for years, and you just think, I have to hold on to this thing. And again, I am not advocating for just walking away when things just start happening. I'm talking about you've given it your all, you've gone to the counselings, you've done all of this. There is a time when we should just let go. So I think that's all I want to say about love. And then there is materialism, the chase, the constant chase, 9 to 5, the midnight shift, 2 to 6, whatever it is, grabbing a gig job just to get more, to buy more, for that cycle to start over again, instead of paying off that card that we have ran up so much on with this new job or this new venture. We just accumulate more, and then we accumulate more bills, and the cycle just continues and continues, and we're working, and we never find time to take a breath and answer the question I started out with: why are we so unhappy? But that constant chase for materialism, and again, folks, I am not talking about the necessities. I'm talking about the excesses, the things we just think we have to keep up with the Joneses, the new car, the new phone, the new anything, because it's trending. It is not sustainable, okay? It is not sustainable, and that's why we're so anxious. That's why we feel the way we do. That's why we're always head in a cloud, wondering, overthinking. It's because we put ourselves in these continuous cycles of unhappiness with our attachment to impermanence, which brings me to work. Again, necessary. We need money to pay our bills, to put food in our bellies, to put a roof over our heads, to invest in our children's futures. Indeed, we do. but at what cost to our longevity, our overall health, long term, not this immediate gratification, but long term. What does it do to our health? It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Again, we need the necessities, but the chase for these excesses and staying in toxic workplaces and environments because the pay is good. I'll give you a quick example. I immediately out of retirement, well, not immediately, it was, I think, the second job I had out of retirement was supervising a fleet of truck drivers, and the pay was really, really good, especially for here in Hawaii. The pay was really good. But these gentlemen were difficult to deal with, just to say the least. And I don't want to bore you with the story, but my drive into work was anywhere from a couple hours to 3 hours because of traffic. And this was 12 miles, 12 miles. And I would drive that 12 miles for the month that I worked there. Yeah, the whole month that I worked there. And I would think about, is it worth going in to deal with this toxicity? Is it really worth it? And the answer was no, it was not. And so, really good boss, but I walked away. I walked away because my happiness at the end of the day over the long term is more important to me than that short-term happiness of that really awesome paycheck. But staying in toxic workplaces, again, for what? Really, at the end of the day, for what? And then that brings me to us, the love of us. And again, loving ourselves is important with boundaries, not when it becomes narcissistic. And that is what I'm talking about, the love of us in the narcissistic way. I have to post that picture and it has to get this many likes. And if it doesn't, then the team, the group is going to think I've fallen off and I'm not trending and I'm not in the right fashion. And OMG. OMG indeed. Why is it that we are so wanting to be validated by social media, the internet, friends, and that I use loosely in this context? Why? Really, why? We are enough. We truly are enough. The blemishes are enough. Our gaining some weight is enough. We know what we need to do to offset that. But we are enough. We really are. Which brings me to enough already. Enough already with the chase, with the love, and this tight grip we have on impermanence that makes us over anxious, makes us question our sanity sometimes, our own sanity, because we are holding on to impermanence, the things that don't last. They all go away sometime. Okay? And I want to leave you with that, folks, that enough already. Enough already, because you are enough. And with that, I say thanks for joining me. And I hope to talk to you again on the next episode of Clarity Essentials.